And welcome back to more Inside IU East Sports. As many of you know, last year IU East announced that we were going to have a soccer program here for IU East Athletics. And joining me today to talk about the women's soccer program is the head coach himself, Shane Meridith. Shane, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Well, just tell us a little bit about your soccer playing and your coaching background with soccer.
Well, I grew up in Cincinnati, which was fortunate for me as a soccer person. One of the early cities or towns that kind of had soccer with the German immigrants and stuff like that, and had some great coaches, and played through high school, and then was recruited by a number of colleges in the area, and finally chose Earlham College, which was at the time NAIA, and had a great time there, great experience, learned a great deal about the game, and have been fortunate since then to have some opportunities to continue on in the game, coaching at different levels,
right.
Youth level as well as collegiately.
All right, so tell us about some of the teams you've coached for.
Well, I've jumped around a little bit for various reasons, but most recently at Earlham College, my alma mater, but before that, assistant coaches, coaching positions at Ball State and Miami University of Ohio, and IUPUI, as well as University of Iowa, which was a great experience.
Okay, and what are some of your accomplishments as a coach?
Well, I think there's many games that I can sit and recollect that might not mean a whole lot to the viewers. But really, as a coach, the things that stick with me, what's really, really important is some of the travel that I've been able to do that I wouldn't in some other areas of business. And certainly the many athletes that I've gotten to know that are now doctors or business people,
right.
or folks that are doing incredible things, and those memories and relationships will last forever.
Right. If you had to pick a favorite memory from soccer, what would it be?
Oh, a favorite memory. That's very difficult. Yeah, I don't know. I think I filled in as acting head coach at University of Iowa against the former national team coach Greg Ryan in Michigan. And at the time, we were at the bottom of the conference. And our only win that season was I was acting head coach, so we beat Michigan, which was obviously a very strong side. So that might be a very strong one.
All right.
So.
Well, you mentioned a little bit ago your background with Earlham College here in Richmond also.
Yep.
But what interested you in the job here at IU East?
Well, I think initially, I've heard so much over the years about what IU East is doing on campus here. The trend of enrollment here that continues to increase, that certainly was something that stood out to me.
Right.
Also, at this stage of my career, building a program from literally scratch was intriguing. And then getting a chance to meet with Mr. Griffin and talk about his vision of this program, his excitement for all the programs here, the men's basketball team here, people know about that and that success. But he was excited about the volleyballs and the golf and the tennis, and that got me really enthused. And that's really when things took off for me, and that this could be a great, great opportunity. And now that I've been on campus, it's amazing how welcoming all of you guys have been. So,
all right, so what's your vision for the program?
Well, I'm not going to be foolish enough to say, hey, we're going to win a conference championship next fall. But I certainly think with the positive things that are happening here, with the tools that the school is investing in the program, I think that very soon we're going to be able, year in and year out, at least be in the discussion for winning a conference championship, or at least being, hey, are IUE going to be back in the national tournament again this year? I believe that those things are able to happen, and I expect that. And then I want to establish a program, a culture that we feel good about, within this department, but then across campus and then in the local community that people are like, hey, let's get out and watch them play because they're fun to watch, but also those young women are good citizens and doing great things. They treat our children really nice and all of that. So that's kind of my vision for the program in the very short term.
What do you think it'll be like after you've had a couple years to build the program and get it established?
Well, I hope that throwing on a jersey, that throwing on even a T-shirt is going to be something that is really, really special. Right. Something that when you do that, it is going to be wonderful. By that time, we'll have established facilities, more established facilities, and again, I hope that there is buzz around our program and around our players and our involvement in the community that everybody feels great about.
Right.
So.
Well, the first game won't be until the fall of 2017.
Yeah.
So you've got a year to do some recruiting, but what other things are you looking to get established within this next year?
Well, recruiting is certainly a monumental task. At least I view it as that because I do want to start off on a great foot next year. But also, just because I signed a contract doesn't really make me part of the team quite yet, right? So I'm excited about learning athletes' names, about really positioning myself as one of the members of the IU East coaching staff, but member of the community. And so I want to get involved in the other sports in that, hey, I'm going to be on the sidelines. Yesterday I went out and visited the volleyball team at 7 in the morning out on Richmond High School's track. They didn't see me, but I was out there. I want the other coaches to be like, hey, he has an interest in us, and you know, hopefully I'll earn the respect and I'll earn being part of this greater team, part of the department.
Now, as far as recruiting goes, are you looking more in the local area or outside of that, or what's your plans for recruiting?
Yeah, I mean, certainly we have to throw the net here locally, and we want to do that for various reasons. But also with, the way tuition is set up and how we're going to use our scholarship funds, that's going to be necessary. Right. I've been in the Indiana area now for the greater part of 20-some years, outside of moving to Iowa for a few. And so we're going to get after the local kids here. And when I say local, I branch out into Fort Wayne and Indianapolis and then in some of the parts of Ohio. Right. But then because IU East offers a great education at a very affordable price tag, we're going to be able to get out. And this next week I'm going to be in Michigan and working a camp, but I also have been in touch with 2 players up there that are great students, and hey, we're gonna work hard over this next year to start a great foundation.
All right. So what message would you like to spread to the IU East community and the East Central Indiana area on why they should come out and support your team?
Well, just as I need to earn respect in the department, I think our program will need to do that. And I think as we establish a culture of working hard, of playing hard, the commissioner was just talking about doing things and competing in a mature and a positive fashion. I think that that's what we've got to do in order for parents and kids to want to come out and not just say, hey, they play a nice, attractive brand of soccer, but also these are some great young people that conduct themselves really well, win or lose, shaking hands afterwards, and that type of thing. So we can't just say, hey, come out and watch us play and really support us. That's going to be incrementally, and I feel great about starting that from scratch. Right. And hey, we're going to build a culture that we feel great about here.
All right. Well, building a program from scratch has definitely got to be exciting. So what do you want to say to the recruits on why they should come play at IU East?
Here's an opportunity for you. Right. Here's a wonderful opportunity for you to come in, to play early on, to be a part of something that I think is going to be really magical. Okay? Also earning an IU degree, at a very affordable cost. And getting folks on campus, I think, will be the hard part. once we do that, I mean, people have been awesome to me. Athletes were in my next to my desk this morning, the volleyball team, basketball folks, and they are excited about their programs and being here. And we need to share that vision, the same vision that they have, and the same experience that they've had. And so that's what, you know, the whole thing will be, the IU experience, without having the huge classrooms, getting to know the professors, you know, class sizes that are something around 19 or 20 to 1, and being taught by professors and not just TAs, and never meeting a professor. And so, and a small campus feel is what, you know, we like.
All right. Well, back to soccer. Do you have a particular style of play that you prefer?
Yeah, I hope that we are able early on to establish a foundation in the back with a couple of the center backs being very sound defensively, and somebody deeper in the midfield, kind of what we call holding midfielder, that are sound and value defensive roles. And when you have a triangle there, players that value that frees up all the other field players, the 7 other field players, to go forward and do attack. And so I hope that we can be sound defensively, but able to go forward quite a bit. And that is my vision. That is my personality as a player. I like to go forward. I want to do that. But of course, we can't be running 11 players forward, including the goalkeeper. We've got to do so in a smart fashion. But I hope to have a brand of soccer that is fun for the kids to play, that people want to come and say, golly, they look like they're enjoying that. They are free-flowing. They're not, pigeonholed into an area of the field. But then also people come out and watch and say, hey, this is really fun to watch, and kind of intrigued by how we want to go forward and score some goals and have some chances.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add today?
No, thanks so much, and I'm anxious to meet a lot of people on campus and have a lot of recruits come to campus real soon.
All right. Well, thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Caleb.
All right. Well, there you have it from Shane Meridith, the women's soccer coach here at IU East.